Welcome to the Fermented Homestead. If you're new here, my name is Anna, and on this channel, I'm sharing our journey of learning how to turn our home into a homestead. Today, we're going to be doing a couple little projects. I haven't shown you guys the ducks and what we're doing with them for a while. We're also going to be planting a few starts, replacing some of the ones that got dug up, and all the kittens come running. And what else? Starting seeds. That's the big one. We need to start our seeds. We picked them out yesterday and I showed them to you. Today we're going to actually plant. We're actually going to start the seeds. So first thing, I just put them in here like right at dark, right before dark, and then put them back out in the morning. I don't think the tractor's secure enough to leave them in there overnight, so I just feel more comfortable bringing them in the evening. So that's kind of the setup that I have with the ducks. It seems to be working for the last few days. It cuts down on the in the brooder. It's still kind of, but you know, it's a lot better. Most of it's out here. So I'm just moving these like twice a day probably. They get 2 fresh patches, and I move around the waters and stuff because there's the waters and the 2 pools in that one. And so, well, I mean, Tupperware and whatever. Anyways, the 2 dishes that are in there with water, I move them also because then if I move them, then the spot underneath them gets hit, you know what I'm saying? And then these guys too. And then I have these covers that I just kind of keep on them to give them some shade in the afternoon. So that's about it for the ducks. Let's go do some other stuff. I think that I told you a few days ago, but I can't recall specifically. So I want to make sure that I tell you. When I planted all of these, right? I put the egg in there. Don't do that. Don't do that unless you can plant them like a foot deep. I have had something that has come along almost every night and dug up many of my transplants. So this morning we have this guy here, that one, there's another one up there. So whatever it is just digging up my eggs. So I'm not going to do it again unless I have a deep bed to put them in. So don't do that. We're going to go ahead and replant these ones, and then we're going to go through. There's some of these transplants that are just not thriving, and I'm just going to transplant them. I'm just going to replace them. Like this guy I think's been dug up a couple of times. Same with that one, and other ones are doing great. So we're going to get these all done up. I got the ones replanted that were dug up, and I think this evening I'm going to wait to actually transplant the other ones. I'm going to make sure the other ones are nice and watered and just in good shape and pick out which ones I want. There's quite a few actually. We'll probably be transplanting at least 10 of them. So for now, let's go ahead and start our seeds inside. It's been quite a while. I did a bunch of stuff and just busy work, and had some lunch. What else did I do? Oh, I spent like half of the day looking for garden tags, which I finally found them. They're in the bathroom. Yeah. I tore the whole everything apart. I knew it was in a box that had my name on it, like it was from my room that I had. And you know, it's kind of like a, you know, a female version of a man cave. It's a lady cave. So yeah, I knew it was in one of those boxes, and I thought all of them were in the house. And then I went outside. I was like, oh my gosh, there's a bunch of them. So I tore all the boxes apart in there. And then I was like, geez, I swear I looked through every single box that had my name on it. And then I come into our bathroom and I'm looking and I'm like, hey, that box has my name on it. And so sure enough, there it was. But I think I have some good news hopefully. Okay, so y'all know that we've been having an issue trying to get a hold of, eradicate, whatever, a mouse that's been in our house, okay? So we saw it earlier, and so we got the cat. Well, Robert went outside, grabbed the cat, got him. The cat caught it, and then the cat let it go. Like, the cat, it's a mouse or cat. Like, my little kitty's, Bacardi, he was on, as soon as he saw that movement, he was just like on it. And then he carried it around in his mouth for like 10 minutes and just carried it in his mouth, and it wasn't moving nothing. I thought it was dead. And then it wasn't, because then his brothers and sisters were playing over in the corner and he wanted to join in. So he let the mouse go, and it got away. So anyways, we finally decided that we're going to lay down poison, because I didn't want to do it before in the past, because I didn't want it to like die in the walls or find some dead rat like 5 days later reeking up the house. So finally I'm done. So I did, and we decided to go with what we had, which was a pack. We mixed 1-to-1 baking soda and Jiffy corn mix. And I have good news. It looks like he got it. It looks like he was in here. There's a mess. So fingers crossed that little sucker's dead. And I guess it works because the cornbread makes them eat it. The baking soda, they don't have the ability to burp, fart, or anything like that, apparently. That's what I hear. So it expands inside their stomach and kills them that way. So, all right, guys. So we're finally ready to start our seeds. I've been procrastinating all day. Finally gonna do it, okay? So I have two different types. I have the 128 cell, and I have the 72 cell. The 128 is going to be more for like leafy greens and things like that that don't need as much kind of root space. I've just had fairly decent luck with them being in these sort of containers. So that's what I'm going to do. And then the 72 is going to be for more of the larger sized ones, the larger starts, the larger seeds, things like that. Squashes, beans, really everything but a leafy green. Basically, the way that I do it, I just filled all these with the starting mix. If you're interested in what I do for the starting mix, you can check out my videos. I think I have 2 of them that I made last year on my seed starting mix. I'll try and remember to post them. If I don't remember, send me a comment and I will post it as the end video. So for our leafy greens, I'm including basil. I'm even looking at the word and I couldn't think of it. I'm including basil. So we're going to do all of our lettuce and we're going to do our basil. I'm still undecided about if I want to do kale in here or not. We'll kind of decide when we figure out how much space that we actually have. Because I don't think I want to start a ridiculous amount of these just yet. Because it's not like this isn't going to be the batch of lettuce that is going to get us through the winter. Or, you know, as far into the winter as it can get us, I should say. But it's gonna, so I just don't want to start a crazy amount of it. But I want to make sure that I have enough to actually sustain us. A lot of these are gonna go into my green stalk planter. I'm not sure where I'm gonna put it. I'm either gonna put it right behind you, which is like, it's an odd little patio-ish area. I'm not sure what it was intended to be. I'm not sure what's under it. It's an odd thing. I don't know what it is, but sometimes I wish I could ask them up with some of the stuff around here, because I'm just like, I cannot wrap my head around what it is. Or on the back deck. The benefit of here is that it's south facing, so it would get sun for a lot more of the day. Where in the back deck, it would just get morning sun, and so that would actually be beneficial for leafy greens because they don't want to get too hot. You know what I'm saying? So, anyways, we have, how many seeds do we have? 1? We have 11. How am I gonna do this? So I feel like I want to do 2 flats of this. I know I said I don't want to go crazy, but I don't think 2 flats is going crazy. Okay, so 2 flats I think is going crazy now that I think about it. So what am I gonna do? Okay, so it's actually perfect math. If I can do 2 flats if I do 2 rows of lettuce each and 1 row of basil each. This way, I mean, the long way. So that's the math we're gonna stick with, so we don't go crazy, because bear in mind, I made up 4 of these. I was planning on doing 4 until I just double check myself. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm just gonna make up 1 tag for each row. Hopefully that'll make things a little bit easier for me. If you guys don't know, a lot of people out there, if you're new, you don't know this, but don't mark your plants with a Sharpie. Don't write on these with a Sharpie, because they're going to fade really quickly. A lot of people say to buy those specialty kind of garden writing pens on like whatever site you want to buy them on, and that's fine and good, but a pencil works great. I love these. They work fantastic. The thicker the lead you can get it, the better. Mechanical pencils are nice because you don't have to sharpen them every 5 seconds, because these tags, they're kind of, I don't know if you would call it a matte finish, but it wears down the lead very quickly. So I always just recommend go and pick up a set of these super cheap Bic pencils. You're good to go. Okay, so I'm gonna stop talking. Yeah, right. And the nice part about using the pencil is it's erasable. Maybe not with its own eraser, but the white pencils and the pink pencils work great. The next step for the seed starting is going to be to cover it with vermiculite. From what I've been told and pretty much what I've experienced also, lettuce needs light. So you kind of leave it near the top. You kind of maybe push it in slightly, but really they want light. Most other seeds don't care about light, but lettuce, it do. Then I just take this, it's a very, very fine vermiculite, and I just put it on the top. It helps with moisture retention, but it helps to prevent several types of like fungusy type things from my understanding. And I think there's even some bugs that don't care for it. So it kind of helps, it just helps keep clean soil and healthy seeds. There we go. Okay, then if you guys don't have one of these type of things, you should get one, because they're amazing. And we're just gonna go ahead. You gotta be careful because it does, the water does kind of spread. So I usually get kind of close to it. If you're outside and it doesn't matter, cool. So now we're just trying to get the soil wet. It's already wet, but we're just trying to get the starts wet here. There we go. Got it all wetted down. So I'm just gonna do the same thing with all the rest of my starts, and then we'll bring you guys back when we're ready to plant our tomatoes. It's cooling off a little bit, so I thought I would go ahead and come outside and start planting. So I'm gonna be using this. I completely forgot that I had this bad boy, and Robert reminded me, thankfully. So we're gonna use it, and we're gonna see if we can get these tomatoes a little deeper in the ground with a little bit less stress. Okay, come on, I'll show you my secrets. Ready? So, 1 dead tomato. Well, all right, so I was actually able to get through the cardboard and actually get down almost an auger full. Well, I mean the blade part. Like, it went down to here. That's pretty cool. So that gives me hope for T-posts. All right, so I'm gonna finish. I got all of the tomatoes planted. I kind of wish I had a couple of more starts, so if I do pick some up, if I do come across some, I'll probably pick up, you know, a couple of 6-packs just to have some to throw in. If not, oh well, the tomato planting season's over and I'll just put something else in its place. For the rest of the evening, I'm going to be just, well, I need to finish watering, need to put the ducks away, but then I'm going to go inside and I'm going to finish. I'm just going to like just completely plow through starting all of the seeds that I want to start. I'm adding dill and loofah to the list after watching Fermented Homestead's video that came out today. Those help repel, for them, it helped to repel squash bugs and cucumber beetles. So I'm going to give those ones a try. Add them into the mix, even if they don't produce, even if they don't fruit. I'm not gonna stress it. Thank you so much for spending the day with me today. I really enjoyed you guys coming along. If you guys learned something or if you guys enjoyed this, make sure you give this video a thumbs up. It really helps the channel out. And if you guys are new around here, I like to do videos on canning, freezing, dehydrating, and fermenting. But right now we just moved to Missouri from Washington State. And so we're just working on getting our homestead set up and bringing you guys along for it. So we're doing it more of a vlog style. If that sounds interesting to you, hit the subscribe button right here. That's where all the fun happens. Up here is a video that Mr. Google Pants thinks you're going to enjoy. This is my last, no, what is it? It's my seed starting video. That's the one. And then up here is my Missouri vlog playlist. I hope you guys check that out. We'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.